stargazers, I am back with a cosmic arts analysis of today's supermoon in Pisces right next to Chiron. It's intense. I have my little baby here with me. For those of you that didn't know, I am on maternity leave, which is why I haven't been active on this channel the last 2 months, but I'm going to be posting whenever I can, and I'm going to be sharing a really fun vlog style moving diary as I am moving back to Vancouver Island, which is right on my Venus line in astrocartography. So come along for that ride in the next couple of weeks and enjoy this awesome analysis, and let me know what your thoughts are on today's full moon. Hello stargazers, and welcome to the end of Eclipse season and Virgo season 2024. It is the biggest supermoon of the year in Pisces today. It happened at 5:24 a.m. Mountain Standard Time today, depending on your time zone. And it was right next to Chiron, and there was a grand cross happening in the sky. Like I said in my Instagram story, this chart has more red lines than an APA editor. For those of you that don't know the APA editing style, it is so particular. I'm just feeding my baby down here, so in case you hear funny little baby sounds or cries, that's why. Okay, so let's talk about the moon and Chiron both being in Pisces and in the 7th house. And the moon and Chiron are what's creating this grand cross between Mars in Gemini, Pluto on the cusp of Capricorn and Sag, and the sun in Virgo. Really, really potent and extreme and intense energy. And it might feel like eclipse season has already been intense for you, and this is like a crescendo, a culmination point, you know, the arc of the wave. But what happens when that happens? You know, when the climax comes, so does the descent, so does the integration of the story, so does the surfing your way to the shore, right, from the waves that have been turbulent. And so it might feel like today is extremely emotional. Things are coming up. You're hearing news, you're hearing updates, especially with that Mars in Gemini. This could be global, collective information that's coming out, especially since that's in the 10th house. It could also be surrounding your personal career, that things are said to you, or that you have new ideas that are coming up that you want to take action on, yet there's something that your inner child, or maybe even your children, require from you, or even the children of the world require from you, right? So two kind of dynamics happening here. The macro level is there's warmongering going on, there's fear, there's propaganda, there's media that is fear-based, that is trying to have us focus on the economy and how there's inflation and we can't afford things like we used to be able to, et cetera, et cetera. All of that worry, pain, financial insecurity, career insecurity, and just overall uncertainty that's happening on the planet. That is the dialogue. That is the news headline, right? That Mars Gemini. But then opposite that is Pluto in the 5th house on the cusp of Sag and Capricorn, which is all about the children and the joy and the stability that we have in life. And to focus on that internal joy, what's going to make your inner child happy, and what's going to make the children of the world happy and fulfilled and satisfied, what's going to expand them, what institutions, what schools, what governments, what medical systems are going to support the children and your inner child, your deepest joy, your deepest fulfillment and aliveness. And so there really is this polarity that's coming up with Pluto and Mars that's being squared off with this moon, because with the moon and Chiron coming together for this supermoon, it's a gift. It is a gift to look at all of these wounds, all of this pain that the media and the world and your own career and your own childhood and the children around you, everything in the world that's happening right now, all of it is happening for us, even though it might not feel that way, right? Rejection is protection. Curses are often blessings. You know, there is elixir and nectar in the poison when you distill it down and you integrate it and you process it. And so this moon and Chiron, especially in the 7th, is here to absolutely transform our relationships, our partnerships, perhaps your business partnerships. I know this is happening for me very much on a big level, on a big scale. And it's here to transform your relationships and your relationship to yourself. It could be the time to finally end people pleasing, the time to finally create boundaries, the time to, choose who you want to spend your time around, and to choose who you want to be committed to, and how you want to show up in relationship, and how you want to show up in relationship to not just the people around you and your community and your family and your friends and your colleagues and your partners, but to the world, how you want to relate to the world, given all the pain and suffering that is present, that we're aware of, that we're awakened to. And there's action to be taken. There might be things to be said. There might be therapy to be had, right? This is a gift to see where our wounds are, because then we can go and process them, right? This is the beauty of why we do such powerful somatic work, of why EMDR therapy is available, of why deep embodiment practices are present for us to get in our bodies and to reprogram our minds away from the fear and the trauma and the pain, so that we can process it and come to the other side of it and see our joy, right? With the sun being in Virgo, this is all about our health and well-being. This is all about what we need. And it's right on the cusp of the first and second house, which is all about the body and how we materially take care of our bodies, what resources and money and careers we need in order to take care of our bodies well, right? So there is an underlying theme about your career and about how best you can take care of yourself. Perhaps it's just time to use up those benefits that you have for the rest of the year. I know I'm using mine, especially for trauma-based therapy. I found an excellent EMDR therapist that specializes in my particular comorbidities of mental illness that I've experienced in my life. And I don't think of it as, oh, I've been mentally ill. I think of it as I have had symptoms due to all of the trauma and experiences that I've had in this life and past lives. And now it's time to process it. Now it's time to integrate it. Now it's time to let those neurons that fire together not be wired together anymore, so that I can have a more balanced and healed perspective. And this is just the next step in my healing journey. And I share this to encourage you to see this as the next step in your healing journey, in your relationships, in your career, in your body, in your life. And it's a really powerful time to ask yourself, what would be healthy for me? What would be supportive for me to do for my body right now? What would be healthy for me to do in my relationships? And to remember, with all of these grand squares and oppositions, you might feel at odds with what your work demands from you, with what your partners need from you, with what you demand from yourself, and also what the world needs right now. And so understand that you might not give all four of those areas exactly what they need. The first and foremost place to start is where the sun is, which is to take care of you, to take care of your finances, your overall well-being. Financial well-being is such a big part of well-being, not just because it's how we can buy ourselves healthy food and fitness and exercise and treatments and healing, but it's also just gives us that feeling of stability, and to feel that instability with what's happening with the world does not support us in this way. So first, go inward, ask your body, what do you need? What is the next right step for you to take for your overall health and well-being? And then from there, consider, okay, what does my family need? What do my children need? What does my partner need? Because if you take care of your partner, they'll take care of you, and it's a beautiful reciprocal relationship that can occur. And then once that's all taken care of, right, like they say, once you've taken care of yourself and your home, then you have a full cup with which to give to the world, with which to go on your mission, and which to support and thrive collectively with. And so if you're feeling overwhelmed by what's happening collectively, give that over to your guides, give that over to a higher power, pray about it, and give yourself the care and support you need. Maybe it's a walk, maybe it's a healing soup, maybe it's some exercise, maybe it's some meditation, maybe it's all of the above, spending some time with friends, spending a romantic night with your partner, having some fun and laughter with your children. Let your internal environment transform, which is what the Pluto in the fifth is all about, so that you can connect to more joy as you process these deep fears and pains and collective wounds and personal wounds, right? Chiron is in Pisces as a collective wound that we are all processing. So give yourself compassion and give the whole world compassion. And from there will be massive transformation and shift on a personal level and a collective level. If you'd like more content like this and to learn how to read the natural sky with me, then join me inside of Cosmic Arts Training, where we learn to read the natural visible sky, the true constellations, 13 sign astrology, and where the true visible sky is within the human design system. It's such a powerful training, and we're going to be live all up until Ophiuchus season. We're doing the Virgo training and the Scorpio trainings next, as live classroom sessions, and then we're going to have Q&A practice sessions and lots of other trainings for how to read a chart, how to read human design basics, how to read your earth sign and how to embody your earth sign, and then how to also start a cosmic astrological business, which I have done over the last 5 years. So join me below in the link. Let me know what this eclipse season has been like for you and what you're feeling for this full moon. Mwah.